trillion, squillion, billion artists out there. We are going to go from basic to brilliant. That's what I'm going to go through with this. Basic to brilliant. I think a lot of problems with artists is kind of like getting started and knowing where to start and how to start. And sometimes when you do start and you do move forward, I kind of feel like being an artist is like some kind of rusty tap, you know, when you move into a new house and there's that old rusty tap in a bathroom or something, and it's very difficult to turn, and you know that difficult to turn is you beginning, you starting, you getting off the sofa and thinking, I'm just going to play with some paper and some ink and some paint, and that's that difficult start. That's that difficult. Once it moves, you've got something moving. You've got something going. But then what happens? You got all this dirty, horrible, brown, yucky bits in it. All this dirty brown water pouring out of it. And you turn it off. And you think, oh, it's dirty, it's brown, it's horrible. I could never drink that. I could never wash in that. You stop. But if you keep that tap turning, and you turn that tap on, and you just let it come, you accept that all that brown dirty water is going to come, right? Of course you do. So why not accept that all that beginning drawings are going to be basic? They're going to be simple. They're going to be childlike even. And why not? It's a beginning. But the more you let that water run, the more you practice your drawing, the more you pick up that pen and draw that circle, draw that dome, draw that stick, the more you'll start to find that that circle is a head, the dome is a body, the sticks are legs, and you've got a character. So the more you let that brown water run, let that tap run, just let it run. Keep practicing, let it run. And all of a sudden, you're going to get to a stage where you have beautiful, clear, clean water. Beautiful. And that's what will happen with your art. All that failure, all that terrible drawing, all that childlike images, all that stuff that you want to put in the bin will start to look like drawings. Will start to look like that guy that you watch on YouTube, and that woman that you watch on YouTube, that woman across the road who paints amazing pictures. Take a few steps. Let that tap run. Okay? Let it run. Do those bad drawings at the beginning and see your progress. So, today we're going to let that tap run. Today I'm just going to draw. At the beginning, I will start and I will show you some of the basics of how to draw an animal, some kind of a cat or something. Okay, I did a whole book on cats. So I'll draw cats, nice and simple. And I'll show you how I'm going to draw this cat. And it'll be very simple and it'll be very basic. And I'll explain about what the next stage is. And I'll explain some of the basics. And then you'll start to see a progress over the video. You'll start to see by the end of the video, you're already better than you were at the beginning of the video. Okay? You ready? If you can always stop this video at any time and go back and watch a little bit more and go back and watch that little bit you didn't understand. It's going to be very basic and it's going to get a little bit better through. But from the talk to the description into a drawing, you can stop and go back and rewatch every little bit because it's all free and it's all on the internet, so you can do whatever you want. But today we're going to let that water run. Today we're going to go from basics to brilliant. Are you ready? Let's start.
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? The ink is full. The nib is sharpened. We are ready. And we're going to be drawing cats, just like in the Cat book. My Cat book on Amazon. Go and have a look at it. You will find all these crazy cats in this book. Lots of crazy colors. Lots of crazy cats. And we're going to draw them. Now, from all the secrets that you've learned, we're going to now have some fun. And we're going to draw cats. And we're going to have a lot of fun. Simple as that. Right, so circles, domes, sticks, triangles. That's what we're going to stick with. I've just done a little blue there just as a little bit of an idea of some sky. And I've drawn a line down here to give me a floor so that everybody's standing on the same ground. Woo! I'm fired up and I'm ready. And we're going to start. We're going to start with some cats. We're going to start with some thinking about the first one. Thinking about maybe I could put a bus stop or something here just to kind of give us an idea of where everybody is. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Let's start off with something simple. We're going to just start off with some kind of I'm not really a bus taking type of person. Mind you, I'm not really a car taking type of person because I don't drive either. I know, a man of my age and doesn't drive. Oh, dear, 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 dear. But today's all about having fun. So we're going to just write bus stop on there. Remember, you're not copying what I'm doing. You can draw whatever you want. You can draw anything you want. You can make up your own cats. Whatever you want them wearing, whatever you want them to look like. And all you need to do is to draw along with me. Nothing else. There's no rules, only guidance. The guidance is all what we've just talked about in part one of this. And this is the bus stop where everybody is waiting. All the cats are going to be waiting. Just so we've kind of got a little bit of a story. And all these people, all these cats are just going to be all different. And you're going to draw along with me. You're going to draw whatever type of cat you can think of that's waiting for the bus. There's the top of the pole. There's the pole coming down. We're just warming up. Alright, let's draw. Let's do some. Right, let's start with some kind of cat hanging onto the post. Maybe some kind of, like a little bit of a child cat. And that's just the circles. We're just doing circles here for his eye. Circles. That's all we're doing. That's all we're thinking about. And I hope you're just going to be drawing along with me. You can draw any cats you want. And you can just have fun with it. You can draw them at a party. You could draw them at the cinema. You can draw them anywhere where you get a whole crazy collection of cats. This is me just kind of coming up with some nice crazy eyebrows for this cat who's waiting. In fact, maybe he's not waiting. Maybe he's not holding the stick. Maybe he's kind of biting onto the stick. The pole for the bus stop. That's a good star, isn't it? Keeping it all nice and crazy. And all we're doing here is we're doing the same shapes. We're just trying to have a little bit of fun with it. I'm just drawing around now onto the circle. The circle is going to be there. That's where his head is. And I'm going to do a big triangle ear. Just like I taught you. And we're going to have some fun with it. You're going to have one ear that's a little bit bent, a little bit buckled. He's kind of like a little bit of a crazy cat, this one. Then I'm going to draw a big mouth coming there, and I'm going to have that biting onto that pole. That's the little line down. Oh, and that's where his mouth is there. And remember, the whole thing about today is just having fun. And if you draw a cat and it looks terrible, if you draw a cat and you really don't think it looks like a cat, no one's watching, right? No one's watching us. So we can just have a bit of fun. I want to have some big teeth biting onto this bus stop, just giving us a nice crazy start. And you just keep drawing your circles. You just keep drawing you just keep drawing all the things that we talked about. And all these toes are going to be just like little balls. Look at that, like circle. And another circle. And I'm going to give him a big claw that comes out of it. And we're going to come up with a big couple of characters. I'm not sure how many. I've done 2 pieces of paper with blue on them, just in case I get too excited and I want to draw a million cats or something. But we have no idea yet. I might draw at the end of this piece of paper and think, well, that's enough. I've completely had enough of cats. Oh, we don't know yet. So let's just bring in these other teeth here. You've got some really big, wacky, crazy teeth. And he's biting onto the bus stop post. And what are these teeth? What are these teeth? Triangles. We already know triangles. We're an expert now on triangles and circles. And there is nothing here. You go, just draw on the bottom line of all those triangles. And that is absolutely so much fun already. That's him biting onto the stick. Biting onto this pole from the bus stop. Brilliant. I'm going to bring his other paw in here. Another big chunky toes. Or paws, whatever you call a cat's fingers. That's the big claws again. Look at that, and he's chewing on that pipe. Bump, 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 bump. Now that pipe is just a stick, and his head is just a ball. His fingers are just a ball, and I'm going to try and draw his body bending around there, and it's going to be a big dome. I'm just going to bring that down. So it looks like he's biting onto this pipe. He's so crazy. He's kind of... Let's draw some hair hanging down so it looks like he's really getting into this. And that's a really crazy start. I'm going to draw a big dome here now. And I've drawn a line there, but I might move that line down a little bit because I kind of gone a bit kind of crazy with the first. And this is just a stick. The stick is just his arm where he's holding onto the pipe. And I've just bent that stick. But if you look at the basics, I've already explained about how to do a bent arm. Lovely. That's kind of crazy. Let's draw some hair down there so it looks like the bottom of his chin. Well, we're having fantastic fun already. This is just a really crazy cat. And don't you worry about what I'm drawing. You just kind of enjoy all the shapes, all right? You just remember all the shapes and you just have fun with it. And this is my big dome now. There you can see it's like a big dome shape coming around there. I'm going to bend his legs in maybe. That'd be funny. That's him there. I'm going to give him a big spot of colour on his back. And a big spot of colour on his belly. So he's kind of like a big spotty cat. There you go. And that's my dome coming down there. I'm going to have his legs coming in. And his legs are just What? What are they? Sticks. Sticks and stones may make my legs look beautiful. There's one leg there. There's the other one coming in there. And I'm sure if you look at those descriptions that we've done there today, you can go back and forward and work out some of the basics. There's my dome. There's my ball. There's my ball. There's my stick. There's my stick. There's my stick. My stick. And I'm going to do some big, chunky feet there too. That's my dome for my foot. Look at that. Here's my big dome shape there. And I've just put a couple of lines through the middle of it just to give me those big toes. I'm going to give him some big, chunky claws. And there's another claw coming through there. And that's another dome there behind it. 2 feet. I'm just doing some big circle spots on him because he's a big spotty cat. He looks kind of crazy. Maybe he's been waiting for the bus too long or something, you know. Some grass there around the bottom of the... And that gives us a baseline there. So we've gone a little bit lower down. So let's just put a little... I'm just going to put a little guideline there with blue just along there so I know where everybody is standing so it looks okay. And he's going to be standing next to another cat. And we don't know what he looks like yet. But what we do know is that he's going to be a cat that's going to be made up of balls and domes and stuff like that. That's kind of like a really cool star, isn't it? So what kind of person are we going to have next? You know, we've got to maybe somebody who's a little bit embarrassed by him. Let's put in like a nice tall kind of businessman or something like that. I'm not sure yet. Maybe it could be a woman. Let's just draw a hat. It's not really a businessman's hat, is it? So let's give him a nice big long. Let's give him some ears. Ears are just going to be triangles. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a big long egg shape there. Because this is a nice round, I'm going to do a long egg here. And I'm just doing what I was saying about breaking up the different shapes so not every person standing next to each other looks the same. And there's my little triangle ears. And he just doesn't look like this guy. And that gives us a little bit of variety when we're looking at the drawing. And I've done a big block there, which I shouldn't have done. That's kind of like a mistake. So I'm going to use that. And I'm going to give him some big round black glasses. And that's just using whatever comes up. Any little problems that we have, we just make them into the drawing. We just fit it in. So he's kind of like some guy with some cool glasses. Isn't that cool? We've used that mistake. We've built it into a nice character. And we're going to get some big eyes going on there. And the eyes are just balls, so we're still full of confidence, right? We are still full of confidence because we're drawing nothing that's difficult, only drawing balls and circles and Let's just give him a little bit of hair coming down there. Little eyebrows. So he's kind of looking at this other cat and he's kind of like, hey man, don't eat that signpole. Otherwise the bus won't know where to go. Right? Don't eat that bus sign. Oh, as a bus driver will just drive past us and we'll be stuck. We'll have to walk. And if I've got to walk and I've got to take all my shopping with me, I'm not going to be a happy cat, am I? And here comes my triangle. I'm going to give him some little circle nose. He's going to have a long, long mouth because he's quite not happy about this. So let's give him a long cigarette. He's been there for hours. There's a little bit of smoke coming off. So that's our cat. So we've got one crazy cat, one kind of businessman cat, or one kind of guy in a hat anyway. A little hairy beard there. And he's in this like a long raincoat by the looks like it. And he's obviously not very happy about it. You know, sometimes when you're waiting for a bus, you get that kind of crazy guy that's feels like he's been there longer than everybody else. Well, this is this guy here. Again, this is not like an illustration or something that I would do, but it's it's a very great exercise for kind of drawing things and getting into habits of drawing and getting into freeing up your mind a little bit. And I love that. I love when you can just draw and free up your mind. I'll draw his other hand there. And any shapes that you see that I'm drawing and you think, oh my god, that's too difficult. Well, just take a minute, just stop yourself, and then think, well, what shape is this body? It's like a long rectangle, right? And then work from that. What about his head? Well, that's kind of like an egg shape, and then work from that. Okay? But we're only concentrating on keeping a very, very basic shape. You see me shading in, and you see me drawing with my crazy messy line. Don't worry about that. You just draw it the way you want to draw it. Okay? And that way, you can have real fun. I kind of got the idea that this should be like a little cat here. I'm just going to put in a little hat there. And that's going to give me now that I've got a long, thin one, and I'm going to have a little short, fat one here. Because he's only half the size. I don't know why I've drawn a hat there, but I'm going to have to draw a cat to fit it, aren't I? So, it's kind of challenging yourself sometimes, you know? It just makes it fun. Wouldn't it be funny if he was standing next to somebody really small? Maybe he's even like resting his head or his arm on the top of his head or something, you know? So this cat, we're going to do a long round head, like an egg, same shape, but lying down. So I'm going to do some real Kind of, kind of crazy, scruffy idea here for him. He's a real wild cat. Let's get some eyes going in there. We're going to do some real sneaky little eyes coming in there, in underneath his hat. And that's again, we're just like drawing half a circle there, half a circle, half a circle. We're just having some fun. We're drawing our little triangle with his nose. And I don't know why this character is so small, but we don't care. We don't care what's happening here. We don't care what's there. We don't care what's going to happen when we get to that point, or who's going to be there, how many people are there. We don't care. And if you do start to care about it and you do start to worry about it, stop yourself. Okay? What I want you to do is I want you to concentrate on this character, or this character, or this eye, or this hat, and stop there. Do not get into this thing where you're beginning to worry about your drawing. You know, drawings are not something that you worry about. These are something that you really, really enjoy, okay? And let's kind of give him a real kind of crazy, angry mouth. I've got an idea. The way he's got his arm up like that almost feels like there's a bag there. Maybe we could draw an angry cat in a bag. Isn't that kind of wild? You know that I love to draw crazy teeth, right? We're getting all that crazy hair going on there. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm gonna put some little triangle ears in there, and little triangle ears in there. And I'm gonna draw a bag. I've got this idea about a cat in a bag. I don't know why. Why a cat's in a bag? Who knows? Maybe he's taking this one to the vet. Maybe he's taking it to school. You know? And we're just making it up as we go along. We're just having this bit of fun. I'm going to draw this strap, and that strap is going to come down, and it's going to be right where this bag is. Let's draw the back of the strap there. And we're just having fun. And what kind of bag has he got? Well, it must be a Kieron Seamons studio bag, hasn't it? He's been over to my Etsy shop and he's bought a bag to put his cat in. Take it to school. And the feet are all just domes with like 3 lines drawn in the middle of it. Give him some stripy trousers. I love stripy trousers. I love drawing stripy trousers. I love wearing stripy trousers. There we are, that's cool. Alright, we're gonna have to put in a Kieron Seamons studio bag. That would be funny. Let's put over here Kieron, Seamons. Studio. Have you seen some of the videos of my home studio? It's kind of a messy studio, but I love it. I'm gonna do some kind of crazy design on there. There's a big flash. And then we'll draw a cat on the bag. Just since we're drawing cats, okay? We're just going to draw a cat on the bag because today we are drawing cats. We are cat experts today, aren't we? And I hope you're sitting there and I hope you're drawing away too. I hope you're drawing cats. There's a wild cat jumping in there. Maybe we can put some stripes on him and make him into a tiger. And I did draw a tiger. If you go back to one of the basic tigers, um, basics to brilliance, you'll see me draw a tiger. Well, that's almost exactly the tiger there, look. So you could actually take a time and go and draw a tiger also. I think I've drawn a rabbit, a tiger, I've drawn quite a few things. Cool. Right, so what are we going to draw next? I'm going to draw something in the middle here. I'm going to draw some wild, crazy hair. And you can start to think ahead now. You can start to think, what kind of man is going to be here? What kind of woman is going to be here? Or whatever. I'm going to draw a big earring in there. I'm going to draw another earring there and another earring there. Just so it can kind of be a bit very different to the one that's here. And that's what it's all about. It's drawing different characters as we come along, you know. We're just kind of making it all up as we go along. And that's what makes it fun. Right. So I'm going to bring something up here. And I'm going to try and make that into a mouth. And try and draw a nice big chunky fat cat's nose going into a little mouth. And we're going to draw some whiskers on this one. Cats have whiskers. And we're going to draw. Whoa, he's kind of like a bit of an angry cat, isn't he? Well, we also drew an angry man, didn't we? So this is perfect. I'm going to draw some big dark eyes. Big dark eyes around there. Bring these eyebrows out a bit more. Cool. Because you get lots of different people at the bus stop, so they're not all going to be happy people, because if they were happy people, they would have their own E-type Jag or something to take them to work. Wouldn't that be nice? I wonder if you drive. Do you drive? You do? Well, what kind of car have you got? I needed lift into town later on. Can you give me a lift in and pick up some cheese and chocolate biscuits? So he's got a nice big chin there. He's got a bit of a grumpy face. Let's give him a little kind of arty beard maybe. Cool. Then we're gonna give him a kind of turtleneck. How are you doing? You feeling good? You still there? You still drawing away? You're still drawing your cats, right? You draw any cat you want. And what is his hands going to be doing? His hands are going to be... Let's put his hands in his pockets. That's his pocket there. And his hand coming down. He's got a big baggy jumper on. Big baggy turtleneck jumper. Or polar neck jumper, I guess we call them here. Turtleneck is, well, I guess, polar neck jumper, turtleneck jumper. And that's just going to be him. Maybe we could even give him some shorts underneath, you know. Maybe he's got his hands in his pockets of his shorts. That would kind of make him different, wouldn't it? Let's kind of give him some nice baggy shorts. And then we got to think about what kind of design would he have on his shorts. He seems like quite a cool kind of arty type, doesn't he? Is that nice? Is that beginning to fun? Yeah, we're getting fun out of this. Let's put some big hearts, because hearts are easy to draw. Let's draw a big pattern of hearts on his... You see, this is a great lesson. Not really a lesson, but it's a great kind of environmental build, because you're drawing and I'm drawing, and you know, I'm not looking at what you're drawing and you're not really looking at my drawing, but we're just kind of sharing the time drawing some cats. And I think that's really kind of cool. Maybe we could give him some beads. That'd be kind of funky, wouldn't it? That'd make him real kind of hippie type, wouldn't it? I love jewelry as well. I got a lovely big brooch on my coat, and I love brooches and things like that. Anything crazy strange. So if you make crazy strange jewelry, send me a link and I'll have a look at it. And we can draw a little gentle pattern on his jumper. That's cool. So, what kind of hippie shoes are we gonna have for him? Is he gonna have shoes? Is he gonna have bare feet? What do you think? What do you think? Oh, sandals. Sandals. Now that's a cool idea. You're good at this. I'm not actually talking to anybody. I'm just making it up and I'm talking to myself. And I'm hoping that you're kind of sitting there talking to yourself and we'll both kind of feel like we're talking to somebody. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Sitting here talking to yourself all day long. Well, I kind of got used to it over the years, that's for sure. I used to work in studios. I've worked in studios for years, and most of my life was working in different studios. Let's give him some trimmed up toenails, shall we? I worked in studios for years and I actually really enjoyed it. I even had my own studio for quite a few years. It's not so much fun being a boss as it is about being an artist, that's for sure. Because if once you're a boss, you got to start thinking about the M word. Yeah, money. You got to start thinking about paying people, and you got to start thinking about paying rent and bills and all that kind of crazy stuff. I don't like doing that. Right, I've just realised I'm not going to get his other foot in there because I've no space there to put another foot unless I move it right back, and it's going to look very strange. So I've decided I'm going to give him a wooden leg. So here's his wooden leg. You see, that's how much we make it up as we go along. I'm going to do a little wood pattern here, which is just like a kind of swirly. Just make it look and feel like wood. There you go. A cat with a wooden leg. Oh my god, what are you drawing? But this is what's beautiful because now I've actually drawn a wooden leg. It actually helps show that it's a bag much better. If I had have drawn the whole foot, would have been very different, wouldn't it? Right, I'm thinking I might just put a face in there behind. I'm just trying to think what kind of, because it's quite, well, let's do that after we add one more person. I think we need to add let's try and add a lady cat. We can't all draw man cats, can we? That'd be unfair. So let's try and get in there and draw some nice big. Women have got big eyes and they got big eyelashes, so women are always so much more beautiful than men. So we're gonna try and make her. We're gonna try and make her quite a pretty cat. Do a little nose, and she's still gonna have a round head. Don't you worry. Don't panic. But I already know what shapes I've got. I've got my little triangle and I've got my circles. So you can see what I'm doing there with the eyelashes, just little lines coming off. So you can draw a lady one as well. She's looking over there. She's a little bit more kind of worried about this crazy cat in the corner there. And I like the idea of her having some crazy curly hair. That's gonna be nice, isn't it? And we'll just draw nice long ears peeking through her hair. And you can see I'm trying to simplify down my line work. You can see that I'm trying to not be too crazy for you. So you can kind of see a little bit more about what I'm actually doing and about the shapes that I'm using. So it should be very simple for you either to copy what I'm doing or for you to come up with your own cats now that you've got all these shapes and secrets. Let's give her some nice big beautiful lips. Lovely big curly hair. We can fill that in with some more curls. Well, I hope you're having fun, and I hope already you can start to feel your confidence building. You know, I hope that already you can start to see that using some of these basic shapes to draw is actually just going to give you a lot of confidence. And what it will do is that maybe this one you draw and you're not happy with it, but you can always go back to the beginning and look at the part one of this, and you can draw another set of cats or different animal. And I'm quite sure that by the end of this, you will have gained a lot of confidence and be able to draw characters much more confident than you've ever done before. Let's give her a little cute smile. There we go. So when you go and buy my cat book, and you'll look through all those drawings in there, and then you'll start thinking, hey, isn't that a square? Isn't that a circle? Isn't that a circle on a circle? Won't you? You look through there's two cat books. There's one with a kind of blue Christmassy style cover. So you can get the books and you can look through all my drawings of cats and you can start to practice. What an absolute amazing way to do things. You've just seen how to draw them all. Let's give her a big diamond ring on there. And you can see how I draw the cat, and then you can see how the lesson was, and then you can just go ahead and draw all your own cats. And most of the cats on there are very clearly described in that the same way that I've drawn them today. And I think it would be a fantastic exercise for you also to kind of look at somebody who's already drawn cats. So if you do get a chance, go over to the Amazon and have a look at the cat books. He's kind of like a naughty cat. But I think it would definitely give you some ideas and give you a very good way of looking at things and seeing how things have been put together. I'm going to give her a little handbag here. And I'm going to call it the cat bag. So you remember, go and have a cat book. Cat with a K. And you'll be able to see Katkat. And I'll draw a little cat in there. And you can see some of my drawings too. I've got another book coming out soon, but it's not ready yet. And this cat here, I've just drawn almost exactly as the earlier on with the hair that went dot 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 dot. You remember? So you can see exactly how that was drawn earlier on. It's a very, very relaxing way to draw, just sitting and just thinking, just kind of making it up as you go. And that way, it gives this beautiful feeling. Gives you a beautiful feeling of freedom, you know. Let's give her a tail. So, there is nothing there on those 4 characters that you would get stuck with. So, I'm hoping that you're going to go and try some of these crazy, simple cats. Let's give her some boots. And I've drawn today especially all very, very simple shapes, especially for you. So you should be able to draw everything on this picture. And if not, draw your own cats. You've got all the basics there now. You've gone through everything today. There's just a little stick legs, look. And there we have it. We've done 4 characters in the last couple of minutes. And I hope you've done some drawings of cats as well, because I actually think it would be quite fantastic if you can sit and draw a cat from my basics to brilliant. And when you look at my cat books, you'll be able to see exactly how I drew all those cats. And you could probably even buy the book and sit there and copy them. Copy all the cats, give yourself some real confidence. But try to get away from this thing of the drawing is stressful or difficult. If you can't do something, remember to go back to the most basic shape. Is it a circle? Is it a triangle? Whatever. And that will bring you back to having more confidence to complete your drawing. I had a lot of fun doing this today. And if you want me to draw more cats and follow that style that we did earlier, if you want to draw more, send me some comments and I'll draw some extra more cats. Just put my finger on it right at the last minute. That's okay. Adds to the beauty. And that's what we've got to think. Whatever we draw, whatever happens, just love it. Just enjoy it. Just keep going on. So there we have 4 cats, all waiting for the bus stop. And it's actually quite a beautiful little kind of waiting there with the cats. So we've got 4 characters. 5. We forgot him, didn't we? 5 characters, and we could just keep going on. We could just keep going. We could draw cats all day long. I do have another piece of paper, so if I was to move that along and I was to pull in this other piece of paper that I've got here, I could add that on and we could just keep drawing. I think it's a little bit too wet, but if I move that along and I add that on, always be careful with my ink, I don't knock it over. let's just match that up. Because we're going to have to do a little bit of a strange mix across there, aren't we? Let's do a big guy. Okay? You ready to draw some more? Are you? Can't hear you. We're going to do a big dome here. He's a big guy. There we are. I'm not sure what's going to happen down there yet, but that'll give me a good idea to keep going on that. He's going to be a big cat. And then I'll fix that join later on. But that's fine. Because what we're going to do is we're going to add something in here. I love that sound. I love when the ink is just flying across the paper. It's just so delightful. Let's bring that in. I love it. I love the sound of the dip pen on the scratchy on the paper. I'm going to bring in this big chunky guy here. He's a big guy standing next to this lady. We're just going to finish this piece of paper off. Why not? Why not? You're not doing anything today, are you? Should I just pause that video in case it doesn't? I'm going to pause it and then push it again. There we go. Didn't even take my hand off the button. And what that does is it just so that the camera doesn't lose all my time. And it'll also probably give you a break on the video, so you could probably not watch this part if you didn't want to. I think it comes up with like little lines and stuff like that. Let's do a bit of a kind of a clown type cat. Somebody a little bit funny looking. And you can see this is a big dome, right? You can see that, right? Big dome. And you don't have to draw it and joining the two pieces of paper. You can just, if you want to, just pull out another piece of paper and just add on to it. Let's give him a nice ring too. He's a big, strong cat, this one. So you can see how I've kind of joined these two pieces of paper with just the one shape. So I'm very, very, very sure of what that shape's going to be, because it's going to be a big dome. So even if I draw half of that dome, I already have half of it to do. So we're very clever with the way we're doing this. We're going to give him a big long nose, this one. There we are. He's kind of a cute character, isn't he? Let's give him some big goofy teeth. I love drawing big goofy teeth. You know that, don't you, by now? Let's give him a little. He's so kind of hairy there. I love that. I'm thinking maybe I can give him a little bit more, like a little bit of a mustache or something, maybe. Just kind of continue that hairiness of him. That's cool. I think he's gonna have like a big. Maybe we can give him like a big beard. That would be so cool, wouldn't it? He's kind of like an AC/DC fan or something, you know. What's that little guy? Hamilton, is it? What's the guy, the lead singer? Hmm. He dresses like a little schoolboy, and he is amazing. He plays the SG guitar, and he is just incredible. Definitely one of the most entertaining guitarists. I think he's way much more entertaining than someone like Slash, but I shouldn't say that. But, I've seen him on TV a few times playing, and wow, what a man! I think his brother's also in the band, but you don't forget you've got big triangle ears to put in here somewhere, right? Otherwise, he won't look like a cat. There we go. That's cool. Alright, what we can do is we could give him like a little, like maybe like a guitar case or something down on the floor here. Let's draw his. That's his hairy legs there behind. I'm going to give him a guitar case there, because he's obviously a guitar player. Cool. You see, we're just making this up and having fun as we go. I mean, we have no idea that we were going to be drawing an AC/DC fan cat. You know. Oh, we're so cool. That's right. AC/DC. Even wrote AC/DC on there for it. That's right. Kiss on there too. I'm kind of one of those kind of music fans that I can pretty much listen to anything. Cool. So that's his guitar case. Right. Can I take this away now? Is that okay? Can you see that now? Oh dear, dear, dear. Oh, I dropped my ink and I dropped Paul Weller. Did you see him on the portrait? He's my little portrait, my little Paul Weller doll. He appears in the self portrait video that I did. I am a big Paul Weller fan. I think he's like one of the best ever. So let's put Weller on there, shall we? Just so that. Because Paul Weller is like one of the best. No, he's probably is the best. Best songwriter in the UK, that's for sure. Right, so I'm going to take that piece of paper away now. So we've drawn up to there. So I'm just going to put this down flat and we'll continue drawing cats. Okay? You can kind of, if I pull that over, you can see how many cats we've done. Look at this already. Look at this. Oh, fabulous. Right, I'm going to gently, gently lift that away. And I'm going to put that down and I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue drawing more cats here. So let's try and get in here and do another little cat down here. And you know how to draw glasses, because glass is just a circle with a stick and a circle. So I'm thinking of putting some glasses on this one. So we've got a little bit of a, a smarty pants underneath an AC/DC fan. Let's just kind of give him some nice twisty curly hair there, a little bit kind of wild and funky hair. And I'll bring that domed further on down once I've done this guy. Again, we're adding glasses to this one. Why? That's right. Just to make it different. Nobody else has got glasses, and this is just adding variations to size and shape. He's very, very big. He's very, very small. And he's got this wild curly hair. He's a very, very little cat. And we're going to kind of give him some... I'm going to kind of give him a little cute face. With his ears being pointy there. Another ear coming in there. Cool. And we're going to give him some... We're going to give him a shirt. We're going to give him a little dicky bow tie. Just to keep him looking nice and smart and clever. And, oh, forgot to draw our bottom line, didn't we? What have we got? About that much, about that much. So about there we need to draw a ground line so that everybody's pretty much walking on the same ground. And give him a very smart little waistcoat. I can bring my ink down now. I had it up there because I didn't want to spill it. Alright. Does any of you actually own a cat? Do you have cats as pets? I don't have a pet. I've always really liked the idea of having a dog, but I'm not sure if it would be fair because I don't know, like, you know, you need to kind of look after these things. You need to be, I suppose once you have one, you look after it super well, you know. It's like probably treat it better than you treat yourself, probably. I kind of like the idea of like a little French bulldog or a little whippet or something small, you know. So you look out, maybe in one of my future videos there'll be a little French bulldog or something popping up. Yeah, these beautiful shiny shoes. There we go. Looking good. So let's give somebody else. Let's got somebody in here. Let's get somebody in here who's a bit mysterious, maybe. That's a long, tall hat. He's at the bus stop. Put a feather in his hat. He's gonna have some big whiskers on this one. Cool. He's gonna be a little bit serious, this one. See, if you actually own a cat, then you could just go through and start naming some of them, couldn't you? You'd say, well, this one's called whatever, Jim Bob, and this one's called Frankie. Oh, he is a dapper fellow, isn't he? Whoo! Let's kind of make him quite a big, big guy. Some big collars on his shirt. Cool. washers or braces or whatever you call them. What do you call them in your end of the world? Let's draw another hand there. So I think you got this starting to get the shape, the idea of how these shapes are starting to work. And it's really, I would love to be able to look down and see what you guys are doing. And I'm sure there's some fantastic stuff that's starting to appear. If you're just thinking up different things. Different characters, and I think it would be beautiful. Well, it's a busy old bus stop, this one, isn't it? What I'll try and do is I'll try and put these two images together so you can see them all as one at the end, so you can actually see that how the bus stop has kind of come together, and you hopefully you'll be able to watch it through and stop it and start to work out some of the basic shapes that we've used on this. It's a very basic drawing, and that is there to help you and to guide you through some of the ideas that I put together when I draw. And that's all our cats. Like the idea of giving him some cat stripes on his face, cat stripes on his hands. And that's really nice. Let's give him a big chocolate bar because I love chocolate. Chocolate and ink, and I'm a happy man. Oh dear, it's giving all my secrets away here. There you go. Right, so we need to finish off with something here. Maybe since they're all cats, maybe we could put a dog in there or something, you know. That'd be kind of funny, wouldn't it? Let's see if we can get a nice. See if we can come up with a dog shape. And there might be some new shapes in this dog, but there might not. So I'm hoping you'll at least kind of have a look and see if you can kind of come up with a dog. Dog to finish your drawing off. I mean, these could all be dogs, these could all be elephants, these could all be giraffes, they could all be whatever you want, really. As long as you keep the basic shapes, then it should be fine. And this dog is also waiting for the bus, but let's put one ear up so he's kind of like listening out for something. Let's give him a big tongue hanging out there. Dogs seem to be generally a little bit goofier than cats seem to be a little bit more kind of in love with themselves, I find. You know, dogs are kind of like happy, slappy, and cats are kind of a little bit more like, this is my house type of feeling. Always big chunky feet there at the front. And the dog's just sitting there. Maybe maybe this guy is his master. You don't know. You know, it's like maybe he's waiting for somebody to get off the bus at the other end. But I think it's just a fun twist that all these cats are there, and then at the end of it, there's a dog waiting. Big spotty dog. And I think it's been an absolute fun day, and I really hope you've enjoyed drawing with me. And if you have actually sat here and drawn all day while we're just talking and drawing, I would really love to hear from you. And if you do want me to do more of it, um, I especially would love to hear from you. I mean, if you found it in some helpful, if you'd like me to draw more, maybe you'd like me to draw fish or birds or whatever, let me know. I would really love to know. And maybe I can do another day sitting here and doing some other kind of animal for you. That would be really good fun. I kind of feel like he needs a pattern on his trousers. So there we have a big bus stop full of cats, all different sizes, all different shapes, based on what I've taught you about the basics. And any one of these you can draw. I'm sure you can draw a lot of your own by now. You've been practicing those shapes and everything. So I really would love to see what you guys have done. And the most important thing is that you actually enjoyed it. Boom. So there we are. Let's just put a name on it. It's only a kind of a demonstration. It's not really an illustration, but it still was a lot of fun. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do, because it does help me in a way that doesn't help me financially, but it helps me in a way that I know that people are watching. You know, it kind of helps me to think, oh, 50 people watched it, or 5 people watched it, or 1.5 people watched it. um, and it's always good just to know how many people actually took the time to watch. So I'll put a video together in a minute, and I'll put the 2 drawings down so you can see what you've done today. I think you've been absolutely fantastic today, going from absolute basics up to drawing a whole bus stop full of animals following the very basic shapes. Thank you very, very much for joining me today, and thank you for sharing the time. I know everybody's time's so valuable, so thank you very much for sharing your time with me, sharing your day with me. I am Kieron Seamons, and this has been Basics to Brilliant, and I hope you enjoyed it. Wait for the final video and you'll see the whole thing. And thank you very much again for watching. Okay? Thank you very much.
So today's lesson, we started off with basic shapes, and then we started to draw a crazy cat chewing on a bus stop, to a tall guy with some dark sunglasses on, looking very shady, with a little one in her bag, to a guy with a wooden leg in shorts, to a young lady, to a big monstrous guy who's got a guitar, to a little clever guy, to a big pompous guy with a big hat and a feather in his hat, to a little dog waiting for all of them. And that today was our drawing. Look at that. You drew all of that. Thank you so much. That is a lot of drawing. Look at it. So thank you very, very, very much. Let's go in a bit closer here. There you go. We'll just walk it along. Do you have a favorite? Is there one in there that you like more than everybody else? I'm Kieron Seamons. Thank you very much for coming today. Thank you very, very, very much for sharing all your time. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.